أعلام الرجال صناع الحياة، أقمار الليالي منار الهداة. أعلام الرجال صناع الحياة، أقمار الليالي منار الهداة. فزالوا سباتي وصار يمضي وراما صراما.
Character or individual that I like to talk about, the best or the first hero amongst those who flee to Allah Azza wa Jal, is a man with the name of Hatem Al-Asum, rahimahullah Azza wa Jal. Hatem Al-Asum, one of the ulama and one of the scholars of this ummah, as well as one of the worshippers who was known for his dedication to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. And I will share with you an incident or one of stories that happened in his life that shows how a Muslim relies on Allah Azza wa Jal. It said that Hatem Al-Asum rahimahullah decided to go to Hajj. I ask Allah to give all of us the opportunity to fulfill that great ritual and great ibadah. He decided to go to Hajj, but he was poor and he had very limited resources. So he went to his family, to his wife and his children, and he told them he is planning to go to Hajj. It was a chaos. It was crazy in the house, crying, complaining. Who's gonna take care of us? Who's gonna buy us stuff? Who's gonna take care of the house? Who's gonna work to make money? Except one daughter he had, who he taught the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, who understood the deen of Allah and who lived the deen of Allah. She told him, Ya walidi, or Ya abati, go. Told him, oh father, go. فَمَا عَهِدْنَاكَ رَزَّاقًا. I never knew you as the provider. I never knew you as the sustainer. You were never a sustainer, you were never the provider. Go. So she encouraged him, so he left. Of course, the rest of the family will attack this person. But as-sabr is required. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. One day, he goes, the father goes, Hatem Al-Asum rahimahullah, goes to Hajj. Do you know, then it wasn't plane and it wasn't Lufthansa and it wasn't Air France. He goes, and usually the trip takes a couple of months. So one day the Amir or the Wali or the governor of that region where they were living, it was in Iraq. We ask Allah to free Iraq and return it to Ahl Sunnah. The Amir or the governor was walking, of course, with his advisors and his security and his close ones and, you know, the soldiers, checking the conditions of the people. That's when the governors used to do that. So he hit a point where he stops, the governor, the wali, and he asks for drink, water. He gets so thirsty and he asks for some water. So of course they rush to the closest house, and it happened to be the house of Hatem Al-Asum. So they knock on the door, some of the soldiers, and they say, Al-Amir, يطلب ماء. The Amir wants to drink. So they go, and of course this is the Amir. So they get very nice, clean glass, cold water, and they send it to the Amir. And they had different methods of keeping water cold then. So the Amir drinks it, quenches his thirst, appreciates the water, and اعلم يا عبد الله, know well that the hearts are in the hands of Allah. So he asked, who sent the water? They tell him, this is from the house of Hatem Al-Asum. He said, Al-Abd Al-Salih, the righteous man. They said yes. So he asked to call him over, he would show him some appreciation. So they said he's out for Hajj. فيقول الأمير إذن وجب علينا أن نكرم أهله في غيابه. Then it's our duty to take care of his family in his absence. So he pulls out a pouch of gold coins, denanir, because a dinar is made out of gold. A dirham is made out of silver, and usually 1 to 10. 1 dinar is about 10 dirham, or 10 dirhams in English plural. So he takes that pouch and he throws it through one of the windows of the house. And he looks back and he looks at the people with him, the ministers, the advisors, the soldiers, the lieutenants, and he said, whoever honors me, or whoever has any special place for me in his heart, let him do what I just did. So everyone pulls out a pouch, which was the custom to carry with you, like a wallet, and throws it through the window of the house, one of the windows of the house of Hatem Al-Asum. Now those who used to be crying a couple of days back because the father is leaving, they're excited and they're happy and they're jumping around and they're rich. So they walk into that girl, that daughter, who understands Allah Azza wa Jal hikmah. So they find her this time crying. فتعجب, they wonder, when the father left us alone, you were happy, and now we became rich and you crying. فقالت, واسمع يا عبد الله, listen very careful. قالت, نظر إلينا عبد من عباد الله فأغنانا فكيف إذا نظر إلينا رب العالمين فكيف إذا نظر إلينا رب العالمين. She said, a slave of Allah Azza wa Jal looked at us. She's referring to the Amir, to the Wali, to the governor. A slave of Allah looked at us, considered us, wanted to honor us. He made us rich. What if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to honor us? What if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Malik al-Muluk, al-Jabbar, al-Azim, al-Ghani, al-Malik, al-Malik, would look at us? You see, Ya Abdullah, you see the fruit of relying on Allah Azza wa Jal. Hatem Al-Asum left and he trusted Allah Azza wa Jal. He understood very well that he was not the sustainer. He only a means that Allah put in the way of these people, his family, to provide for them. You see, when she was crying and they were laughing, and when she was happy and they were crying, that's how the believer is. Gharib, stranger. Stranger. The believer sees in different or from different perspective. He sees things differently. When people are excited about the worldly things, he sees it as a test. And when people are upset about the disasters in this life, he sees it as kafara, an expiation for his sins. So when they're upset, he's happy, and when they're happy, he's upset. And the Prophet ﷺ taught us this idea, how we should look at things from different perspective. And inshallah we'll have a little talk about that. For now, Jazakumullah khair for listening, and I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless this ummah and to bring it back to the straight path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعلام الرجال صناع الحياة أقمار الليالي منار الهداة. أعلام الرجال صناع الحياة أقمار الليالي منار الهداة.